What would the NFL be without another year of potentially seeing the Cincinnati Bengals season end before it began? Of course, today we're going to be rebuilding the Cincinnati Bengals here on Madden 26 following the Joe Burrow injury news, seemingly going to be out for 3 months, which, depending on how they play without him, could be just another way to say the season. Of course, Jake Browning took over, clutched up, won the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The problem with this Bengals team isn't necessarily that Joe Burrow got hurt, which obviously that is the biggest concern, but that they didn't really even look that good with him. I mean, Jake Browning in this kind of more than half game has more yards than Joe Burrow did game 1 and the little bit he played in game 2. So this was not an offense that was exactly clicking. The worst run game in the entire league. There's just nothing going on there. And a lot of it is due to the fact that their offensive line is still horrible. Sure, they might have some tackles, specifically left tackle, but everything else is just rough. This offensive line cannot protect a soul. I can see why Cincinnati went straight to Green Bay for Malik Willis, because not only has he shown he can take over for an injured quarterback, but obviously he can move around. That guy can run, and obviously you're going to get a guy that can maybe make an offensive line that sucks not look as bad. Of course, Green Bay probably not going to trade him because whatever Cincinnati is going to be offering is likely going to be somewhat similar to whatever they're going to get in a compensatory pick the following year. So, I don't know. As a Packers fan, I personally would rather have Malik Willis for anything, honestly, less than a third-round pick. So, I don't think that's going to happen from Cincy. And with that being said, I'm not even going to make a trade. I was going to make a trade for Kirk Cousins, and I was like, you know what? It's one season. Let's just see for a little bit how Jake Browning plays. If he's garbage, we'll make a trade. I think that's probably how Cincinnati's going to play it too. If not, maybe like a Jameis Winston cheap trade, because it doesn't seem like the Giants are going to be using him at all other than for pure vibes. Regardless, though, besides the quarterback position, so look at the team. Obviously, Chase Brown is not having a great year. It's kind of hard to have a great year when your offensive line doesn't know how to block. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, obviously, when things are going well, they're a top-tier duo in the league. The floor is top 3, pretty much. Not really looking like that right now against, the offense is just not looking great, even with Joe Burrow out there. So it could get real ugly here when they take on some really tough teams coming up. Looking at the defensive side of the ball again, where is the superstars, right? Like, you have Trey Hendrickson, and, that's it, right? This is a team of, maybe together they're all right. They're actually not a bad defense, but I feel like they just need a playmaker to emerge. Outside of Hendrickson, they really don't have that. Shamar Stewart could be gearing up. I know there's an injury there, but he could be gearing up to be the next guy. Logan Wilson is just kind of, in my opinion, coasted for a while now. It's been a little while since he's been one of the better linebackers in the league. Of course, safeties. I like the safeties. Cornerbacks. They're a little bit better in Madden than they are in real life, but, you got a whole Tampa Bay Buccaneers situation going on when they used to have Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, and Murphy Bunting. I mean, it's not a bad side of the field. Obviously, it's, honestly, more consistent and dependable in real life than the offense. But obviously, when Joe Burrow returns, we're hoping that's what carries us to win this Super Bowl. But yeah, this is a team that I don't know how this season's going to go. They're 2-0, but that is likely going to completely shift here as soon as next week, even as they take on, if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking it up, the Vikings. Okay, the Vikings, they've had some issues too. So this is a very winnable game for Jake Browning. This is a game that, even though the Vikings defense is solid at times, it is a game that he could at least earn another start from. But we'll have to see. Going against, after the Vikings, they'll have the Broncos, the Lions, the Packers, even the Steelers and Jets. Some pretty tough games coming up. We'll see what happens. Will we need to make a trade? Will we not? Let's find out. Of course, if you do end up enjoying this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification to all so you know when the next video is up, and let me know in the comment section below which team you would like to see rebuilt next. I was actually, speaking of, thinking of potentially doing the Steelers, trying to knock out this division as well. But yeah, let me know. Maybe follow me on Twitter, JeromepkR, second channel, PKR Plays, or not Madden content. If you remember, we had a members rebuild on the weekend. Check all that out. Regardless, let's see what Jake Browning's got. And you know what? The Bengals do win. Jake Browning, 0 interceptions thrown, had a touchdown, almost 300 yards. J.J. McCarthy, on the other hand, did throw 2 interceptions. And here's Cincinnati still struggling mightily on the ground. But hey, Jake Browning, like we said, has that chance to at least extend his start for one more year. Then I don't know about that. One more week. Yeah, you know what, Joe? Jake's playing pretty well. You sit this one out next season. As they also beat the Broncos. Man, this Cincinnati Bengals playbook really is the GOAT this year, huh? Denver Broncos. I mean, it's not a great game from Brownies. He throws 2 picks, but 300 yards. They win. I don't think they care how many picks Browning's throwing if they end up winning each game, right? 4-0 is not a bad start. And unfortunately, their first loss would come against the Detroit Lions. In Madden, you're talking about top 2, top 3 rosters, so it's understandable. And Jake Browning played well again. So, I mean, at this point, you're creeping up on the trade deadline, and you're feeling at least decent enough about your starting quarterback. So, I mean, barring some crazy mistakes, I'm seeing that Jake Browning's he's the number 2 guy in the league for yards, is probably just going to be the guy, right? He's just going to be the guy. I mean, he's just killing it right now. I mean, at this point, do I even want Joe Burrow back? I'm trading him next season, obviously. In an unfortunate, massive loss to the Steelers, 21-31. It's tough. 2 touchdowns, 102 passer rating. Just, they lost, simply put. Run game is so bad. It's so bad. And we have some re-signings. So Hendrickson, I know that they wouldn't like to do this, but I am going to do a 2-year 64. I think in Madden, you clearly do that contract every day of the week. Cam Taylor-Britt's a little different because that's a 4-year deal. Dax Hill, you got some corners here, man. I'm not sure what to do because the money's actually not terrible. And I would also like to pay Jake Browning because right now he is kind of saving the season. We've lost a couple games in a row, but a 2-year 10, I think, for Jake Browning is totally fair. Like, it is very Bagent-y vibes, and that's kind of what Bagent got, I believe, with the Bears. So, I don't know, man. I don't want to pay more than that, and I got to pay these guys. I'd do a 3-year on Cam, 3-year 30, and then Dax. 5 years, so ridiculous. But if it worked out, it would be a crazy good move for us. A 4-year 40, so you got $10 million per again. I don't want to lose Dax, but I also don't want to pay that much. I tried a bunch of different contracts, and Dax Hill just says, "Nah, I would like to play for your new team." That is insane. I don't want to tag him. I offered him a 5-year 45 after the 4 years weren't working, and he just said, "Nah, I'm good." I have never seen a larger fall off than this. This is crazy. We are 5-11. Staring down potentially a 5-12 season after starting off, 4-0? Yeah, that's crazy. That is actually insane. And we lost again. Wow. Jake Browning finishes one of the best passers in the league. But I truly think because he's a low overall, they ended up losing. That's what that was. That's what that is. I don't care what anyone says. That is obviously what that is. No questions about it. The game is giving us good stats because of the playbooks, which are apparently not that big of a factor anymore. But the overall at positions like this QB spot is dragging the team down, forcing us to lose. Wow. Like, what's even the point of running the ball at that rate? Like, why even try? That is crazy. I thought O-line was our biggest concern. No, we need a number 1 running back. And I know the O-line technically plays a factor for that. In-game, that's not necessarily true, though. It is the running back. Like, I guarantee if we had, Bijan Robinson, we put up 5 yards per carry, even with a bad offensive line. T. Higgins is amazing, though. Jamar Chase, not bad. That's about it. I mean, the wide receiver, wide receivers are going to be good in this scheme no matter what, but team was not. Sacks, 40 sacks allowed from the tackles. That's insane. Guards gave up a bunch. Reisner still playing left guard, so there's that. Pass rush, you had Hendrickson playing pretty well. Mar Stewart. 5, Jenkins 5, Carter 5, bunch of 5s. Makes it 10, 15. That's the one. Couple interceptions to go with it. Kicking was pretty good, and then punting, not bad. Yeah, 25th in offensive yardage, but it didn't look as bad as 25th personally. But here's Stafford. I guess they had no run game as the MVP, which is definitely out of left field. We don't see that often. It's almost always Joe Burrow, so hopefully when Joe Burrow's back, we see that happen for us as well. No for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, but a lot of defensive guys. The top 3, to be exact. Barrett Carter, not a bad dev up to get because Demetrius Knight, he's already 26. It's insane. As a rookie, he's about to be 26 for us. That is tough. That is true. I don't even look all the way. I feel like we were looking at it forever. We weren't even close. We got best wide receiver with Higgins. Should go to X Factor. And that's the team. No playoffs in year one. Expected it, but after the start of the season we had, I also left one roster spot open because I was assuming we were going to trade for someone, but Jake Browning played well, even if the team didn't. Again, maybe exemplifying, the whole, well, yes, it sucks to lose Joe Burrow, but the team still didn't look good even with him. I know, all that matters is wins. Well, does it? Does it really? Because I don't think it does. I think also the Raiders winning the Super Bowl in year one is insane. But I also think that you can kind of tell a trend. You can tell when a team is going to come crashing down. And I think the way they're playing with or without Joe, I think it would have been a tough season, personally. But T. Higgins, 89 overall, X Factor. I didn't actually even show that he got the dev up. And obviously, it's pretty obvious, right? He had a really good year. Looking at the offensive line, maybe you're okay at left guard, maybe at right tackle. Everything else, though, maybe even left tackle, you maybe look to replace. Barrett Carter, mind you, is a superstar. I knew he'd go up in dev once, obviously, but I did not expect him to go to superstar. That is a huge dev up. We'll definitely be happy with that one. And then everyone else, no, we have nothing. We have nothing to be happy about. Got a lot to draft. Not really on the defensive side of the ball, though. I know Logan Wilson's regressing, so we might have to move someone over. Carter even. But, that offensive line. Major focus. Running back, major focus. I actually scouted the top 3 running backs with our focus scouting, so we'll see what happens there. Adam Thielen retires. Any retirements for us? Mike Pennell, no. Doesn't count. Not a starter. Right, negotiations. We talked about Dax Hill. 21 mil on the tag. If we're going to go for him, we're going to just get him in free agency, I suppose. What a disaster selling that contract, can't lie. You could argue, though, that you don't necessarily need him. Hey, look at Reader. You don't necessarily need him, so we'll see. George Pickens, don't need him. I want Dax Hill back, but I don't even know if we actually need him. Like we said, a couple teams want him. He just has no interest in rejoining us, at all. He really just does not want to be here, in the slightest. He's going to go to the freaking Packers. I would love that. Please? Thank you. What else do we want to do? Linebacker is a concern, but I think we can just draft someone. You don't need, 3 great linebackers. A lot of teams get away with some pretty mediocre linebacker play out there. I can't lie. It is one of the most, polarizing positions where one year they're amazing, the next year they suck. It's just so tough. Tough position to play. Reader, we could do a 1 year. You know what? I want to keep the door open for someone else. I want a young player developing at DT. I don't want to start someone older. What about O-line? We're losing freaking Browning, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, we lost him. Tevin Jenkins, it's an improvement, but I don't know about that. Ryan Kelly. The O-line's it's kind of weak. Free agency, it's been weak lately, so Dax Hill. Or no one. Looks like no one is going to be the answer here. And yeah, we're not going to get him. Where'd he go anyways? I'm thinking, what was one of the teams I seen on there? Maybe it is the Packers. The Raiders. I could see that, actually. That's tough. Well, we're already off to a terrible start. All right, we're in the draft with pick 7. 4-0 start. We have pick 7. We're a top 10 drafting team, which is tough. Running back. One of the focuses we had in this this scouting process. And there's a top 5, but he's not quite the top 5 you would think. 5'10", 231, 21 years old, A break tackle, B carrying. Not bad in speed for a guy his size. Very good at athleticism. Good stiff arm truck, spin, juke. He's not one of those, okay, this guy's 86 overall, X factor for sure. But 78 plus, I think, is possible. So if he's there sitting at 7, with that being a huge need for us, a tough position to develop, in Madden, in my opinion, which he's not there anyways, I would have taken him. Of course, the Cleveland Browns, of all teams, take a running back. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Who the hell is this guy? Enrique Cherry. I feel like I've heard that name before. No, that was the name of the quarterback. Wait, am I crazy? Wasn't that the name of that 6'6 quarterback we had in a different rebuild? Of course, you have some other running backs, which, we're probably going to end up looking at as a legit option. Dempsey, Harris, those 2 guys look pretty good. Probably looking more towards Harris than Dempsey, though. So, I like Rhodes more, but I'm not taking him all the way up here at 7. Is there anyone at all to take up here? Probably not. So, We're going to end up turning this into probably 22, maybe 24. So weirdly, the Rams, who have 2 first-round picks, didn't give me their first-round pick this year. It was a pick 17. Instead, they'd rather give them their next year first round with a second round this year to move up quite a bit all the way to 7. And with that, they take a quarterback. So a very realistic trade. So I don't feel bad about that trade down at all. Sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, oh, they just took a player they would never go and trade up for. But no, this is not one of those situations. Also, I didn't scout tight end because I just didn't think we would take one super, super high, even though we kind of need one. But now I'm kind of thinking maybe we do. Maybe we do. We do have a 6'7" later on that I think is very promising, but also Webster looks good. So kind of debatable, but yeah, the Guerrero looks like one of those guys. Star, maybe superstar dev. And I kind of want to develop someone. Like that. So we'll see. Edge, I think, is fine with Shamar Stewart. And with Rhodes still there, I might end up going Alonzo Rhodes. Round 1er as well. I'm sorry, but Chase Brown in game is just not the guy. I don't think he's the guy. So we're going to go with Rhodes, and then I don't know what the hell we're going to do next. I guess the tight ends there, we take them. Bolstering up that offense, but not the offensive line. Shout out to us. Pick 10, true talent. Please be hidden. Of course he's not. Nice. Rookie of the year. That's all I can hope for. I really should have actually seen if that top 5 true talent guard was still there, which, I mean, now it's obviously too late, but could also use a linebacker. It seems a little high for one. We also did pay Geno Stone a 3-year 20, so we don't need to worry. Well, 3-year 21, so we don't need to worry about him too much. As far as we want to do here, Flowers is the most, I would say, rounded, but he's a 3 to 4, so you could probably just wait. Do I want the tight end? I think Guerrero is going to be good, whereas Webster could be normal dev. Very fast, though. 6'2". I need O-line. I think we're going to trade down. I think I'm going to use Guerrero. We're going to start him. Let's go with the Bills. Get as many draft picks as we can to land one of those linemen. Grab a bunch of linemen. Also, Webster's still there. So, yeah, LaMarcus Webster right now is perfectly fine. Let's see if we made the right call. 27 true talent. And, yeah, I would have been pissed at 7. Now, I don't love him at 20, whatever the hell, 25 we had. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Could have taken him all the way up at 7 in the second round. Still probably going to take Guerrero. Why not? Obviously not right now, but a little bit later from now. I do like Flowers a bit, but I'm going to go this high for one. Wouldn't I, linebacker-wise, wouldn't I go for like McCutcheon or Saunders because they're a little bit higher projected? I mean, Flowers looks the best, but let's be honest, he just won't be. He's also A awareness, to be fair. Tackle could be low. I'm going to take Jamar Flowers. I like him. Let's see what we got. 58 true. Any hiddens? Thank you. Finally a hidden. Holy. Starting to look a little rough here with these lack of hidden devs. And then just out of pure value, a fast free safety, Carlos Jenkins. Might need him at some point, so why not? 38 true. Damn, I was really hoping we made an insane big brain play, but we didn't. A lot of linemen we need to grab and a DT. Damn, we sold so hard. Hopefully Williams is the GOAT because we're going to be using this pick to get a lot. It's going to be a lot. I do not care that we're trading with the Browns. They want to take that. I will gladly make that trade with them. This is going to feed generations. I don't know why they would have taken that trade, but we will take it. When the hell did we get a 5th round pick? Was that in that trade? I guess they were 5th round picks, huh? I don't even need to go this high for a player, but we'll do it anyways. DT is down to just 1. Oh my, we're down to just 1 and a couple linemen too. To be fair, we only needed like 3 linemen at most, hidden dev, but 2 realistically. Like you could start Karras again, and obviously the tackles are fine. So you would just need 2. You just need 2 guards realistically, but obviously I wanted about 3 or 4. But hey, if we can get these 2, that's fine. Which I don't even know if they're there still. They are. All right, Eduardo Gonzalez, the other lineman, please be hidden. 45 and 43, both hiddens. Yeah, the UDFAs are a little, you guys suggested. You guys now. UDFA rebuild. I'm just saying, more possible than ever. Of course, I do like the tight end, but we need the DT more. So Landon Williams, please. Sneaky. Oh, very sneaky. Hidden. Oh, very hidden. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, that's why I kind of waited on DT. I liked Williams quite a bit. I didn't know I liked him that much, though, but we'll take it. Oscar Guerrero. Watch he be the starting tight end for us. If he's hitting, he's starter. There's nothing else to say about it. And he's hitting. Yeah, I knew it. I freaking knew it. I don't know what we could have had instead of Webster, but we should not have taken Webster. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. Super raw corner with C man coverage, D zone, but he is fast and he's tall, so why not? JD. 35 true talent. Now that is a shocker. None of the other players really surprised me, but that guy definitely did. He's our new cornerback 3. I know we lose Dax Hill, but I suppose we save money in the end. I mean, honestly, looking at the contracts we had, I was really surprised we had as much money as we did, so I'm kind of thinking that's going to go away, right? 7th round pick, Torrance, he's all right. I feel like you always need to add at least one wide receiver every draft, so Vernon Torrance, who's 114 true talent, is going to be exactly that. Got that Matthew Golden Madden athleticism, 91 speed, 97 excel. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Golden is in the game. Either way, let's see the draft. 77. Okay, normal dev really sucks. First round pick, normal dev. But yeah, he looks really good. Very balanced. Super fast. Great change of direction. Got to change the face, though. Like, what are we doing there? Actually, was it what I thought it was? Nah, that's fine, actually. I thought it was like the big face that looks like, 250, 300 pounds. It's like, what are we doing? Webster, yeah, I mean, this is tough because he is a very good player. Rookie of the year gets him, all the dev ups, all the XP, all the, overalls he needs, even though we're hoping Rhodes is the guy. But if we want Rhodes to win Rookie of the Year, we're going to have to change the scheme. There's no way he wins it in the Cincy scheme. Of course, we did finally land a hidden dev player all the way here in the late second. Start ad for Flowers. What else did we land? Linemen, we don't really care. We see so many of those linemen. Let's take a look at Jenkins anyways. Yeah, he's a bit of a project, but pretty athletic. Not a bad backup. I mean, I don't regret the pick. I would have loved if he was hidden, obviously, but don't regret the pick. Williams, massive draft pick, though. Him and Jenkins, hopefully the future of the DT position. Very unlikely to be higher than Star, but you know what? Can live with it. Can live with it. Star dev, yeah, I figured. But you never know. 95, why not? Why not? Starting DT right there. Fitzsimmons, 74 overall, though, man. I mean, just a sleeper. What a sleeper. Take a look at the tight end. Mr. Guerrero. Oscar Guerrero, 63 overall. I'm hoping he's only star. Make it a lot easier of a decision. He's going to be superstar, though. I want to make this decision before I check the dev, though. So I feel like checking the dev is kind of cheese to make the decision. Dude, I don't know. 6'7". I think he starts. And he's only star. Damn. I think he starts. You know what? Preseason? Maybe test it. I don't really know if there's a way to test it. Of course, do want to take a look at the running back. How good was he? 82. Okay. Of course, hidden dev. Very good stiff. Very good juke. Very decent change direction. Athletic. Weird build, right? 231. Kind of got it all. Super athletic. Agility's up there. Dev. Yeah, he is an X factor. I mean, we would have taken him at 7. 100%. I said it. But I'm not trading up to 2 for him either. That is, I mean, say what you will. Browns far from their biggest need, but you know what? Why not? You get an X factor player. It's pretty much always a good decision. All right, here's the team for season number 2. Obviously, Joe Burrow back in the helm, back in the saddle. Going to be taking over for, of course, not Joe Flacco, but Jake Browning. Joe Flacco, the backup. We've seen him do it at a pretty high level, even as a backup. Coming in when, all hope is lost, and hey, I can win a couple games here. I can sneak you into the playoffs. Why not? Of course, looking at the rest of the team, offensive line, it was actually center guard, because I forgot Fairchild actually developed a little bit for us that we needed to replace. Sorry, Karras, but you're the backup right now. Webster, 75 overall. He's just going to start. Straight up. It's, even a Guerrero at superstar, I think Webster makes more sense. He's going to go a lot, with potential rookie of the year. You never know. Kind of want to go with the Chiefs scheme, though, knowing we can get better tight end / running back numbers with that. I think I'm going to do it. Because in real life, you get a tight end like Webster, you're probably going to at least throw the ball to him. In sim, though, we're not going to see that because the Bengals scheme isn't great for tight ends or running backs. So I need those two focused on. I'm going to go with a different scheme to do that. Probably going to go back to Cincy after this season, though. Having a pretty garbage season right now. I'll tell you that much. Jordan Battle is my number 1 priority right now. I hate drafting safety. I know we got the guy with free safety who could develop, but no. Let me just get Jordan Battle and call it a day. Chase Brown, I'm sorry, but even though he's a lot of potential, very fast, not going to happen with us. Same with Orlando Brown. We'll just replace him. Karras, we've already replaced. And then DJ Turner, I think he's worth the money. It'd be nice if somebody was actually interested in joining us, but hey, the way we're playing right now, I mean, we're already missed the playoffs. Halfway through the season, I think we've already missed the playoffs. That's how bad we've played. And yeah, garbage season like we talked about, which, I mean, just, again, doesn't make sense. Maybe. I don't know. The Bengals have just been a team that have been in a weird spot lately where they should have enough talent. They should have enough talent to make the playoffs. And while they were 2-0, and who knows, maybe the Bengals would have clicked if Joe Burrow didn't get hurt, they look like they were down that path again of probably missing the playoffs. So who knows? But at the end of the day, here in this rebuild, the first 2 seasons have not gone well. I mean, sure, you could argue, oh, you went to the Chiefs playbook. That's your fault. Well, Chiefs playbook's pretty good in sim usually. For the longest time, Joe Burrow was like 22 touchdowns, 1 pick. Like by week 11, fell off completely in the second half. Rhodes, hopefully good enough for Rookie of the Year. If not, Webster, you're just not going to get those types of numbers for either of those positions in the Bengals scheme. So got that Rookie of the Year, situation maybe hopefully sorted. Pass rush, Hendrickson's been solid. Stewart, 8 sacks. You can live with that. DTs, not bad. Picks, it's okay. Got both corners at 3+. McPherson, really good season. Only missed kick was a block. Punting, 50+ yards per punt. That's good. Kicker, punt return, nope. No. Let's go to the awards. Yearly award, Mahomes wins MVP, so tell me about that scheme again. And as far as Rookie of the Year goes, no, we don't win him. We don't even come close. I thought we would have had him. Not even close. Tough start of this rebuild. Imagine that we fail with the Bengals, which I will say, how often do you see the Bengals win a Super Bowl in sim? Almost never. So, just saying. Bills, Eagles, let's see it. Who wins the Super Bowl could actually be the real-life Super Bowl match. Who knows? And we'll find out that the winner is the Bills by 2. All right, interesting. DevOps, maybe we got lucky with the running back. Highly doubt it, though, and we don't. But hey, 82 overall there, 81 overall here, so worth it. I think it was worth the scheme. We at least... McOwen was superstar as well. At least we got like a head start on both of those guys. Knight goes a superstar. Taylor Britt and DJ Turner, who we've both paid. We've paid both now, 85 and 84 overall corners. Both. And Hendrickson retires. That sucks. Have gotten a superstar. I suppose not bad timing for Hendrickson to retire because now I at least have time. Oh, Jenkins went to star, by the way. I have time to draft an edge rusher with this seemingly high draft pick. Can't believe Trey Hendrickson retired at, 32 maybe? That's insanity, man. That's tough. That is a tough one to swallow. We just paid him a 2-year deal, and he's just gone. Negotiations. Mims is barely developing, so if we're going to pay him, I might as well just wait and pay him long-term for about the same price anyways. As far as everyone else goes, though, yeah, we got money now. Maybe there's a free agent pass rusher. Maybe we don't have to draft someone. Highly doubt it, though. And the best you could do is DT, which, we'll see our DT situations. I don't think it's that great. And then we do need a left tackle, so enter Elton Jenkins playing a different position yet again. No way we're going to get him without paying him more, which is, let's pay him like a tackle. Tell his agent, hey, he's playing left tackle for us. Is that all right? Boom. Got to raise the value a little bit. All right. Easy clap. Other than that, we're going to look for an edge rusher, which we're probably not going to find. Hope we get Elton Jenkins and draft edge rusher in the first round. Also do have an extra first-round pick from the Rams. How did they play? I don't know. Thibodeau, 80 overall, 26 years old. Just a little bit too old to develop, in my opinion. We're already struggling with like 23, 24-year-olds. Like Mims is barely developed. I know he's not an edge rusher, but still. Let's avoid anyone over like 24, 25. And just draft, I suppose. Elton Jenkins does not join us. Okay. It's Philadelphia, I suppose, but that's tough. So Eagles get Mauk and Elton Jenkins. Fantastic. I don't know where they're pulling this money from, but they are. The Rams, one of the worst draft picks in the league. Us, one of the best ones. Fantastic. All right, win the draft with pick 6 overall. We need an edge rusher, and it's a pretty weak edge class, so we got to be careful here. Might need to make a crazy trade up. TJ Williams and Gutierrez are definitely the top 2 guys. Gutierrez would definitely be my number 1, but with a top 5 grade for projection. Yeah, probably going to be gone. I will say Williams looks pretty good too. Still think Gutierrez is better, but I'm not trading up higher than 2 at best. And he goes 1. That sucks because not only do we not get him, but we could lose Williams. The Raiders, they still got Max Crosby, so hoping for the best here with a trade up. Don't want to give up too much, but I'd be willing up to give up 70. And that might have been an overtrade, I don't know. But 6-3 for pick 70, I think, is fair in my mind. So it's kind of why I expected it to be that cost. Also, may I mind you, probably a freaking super generational. Man, that's actually tough. You know what? Oh, that's tough, dude, because Williams, he's not that good. I really like some of the other guys like Batten. You know what? This is a real out of left field, which now it makes it stupid that I even traded up. I'm taking this guy. It's a USC high hit power safety. He's going to be generational, just straight up. Yeah, I mean, say what you will. Williams, I kind of lost him a little bit. In my head, I was like, you know what? Don't love Williams. I got to be honest with you. I should not have skipped, huh? Wait, did Williams fall to... There's no way Williams fell to us at 29, right? My Xbox has been so laggy, dude. It's going to break. There is no way he's still there. This is an insane turn of events. 21 true talent. What do we got? Hidden development trait. Wow. That might be the play of the year. I know you didn't think rebuilds had plays of the year, at least in terms of like rebuilding. Obviously, you could play the games and have some plays of the year, but that is wild that we pulled that off. Not even that we were intending to. Rutherford, also a very fast wide receiver. Could be the perfect wide receiver 3. Do need alignment. Wait, did any of my tackles stay? Wow, they're all gone. The only guy I have is like a tackle is Marcus Richards, is UDFA. I mean, we don't really need anything here, right? I'm taking JT Rutherford, wide receiver 3, coming up. Super speedy, different type of guy. 12 true talent. What's the dev? And he's hidden. We killed this draft. I mean, we murdered it. And even though I don't technically need an edge rusher, I'm going to go with Deion Batten. That's going to be my guy. Deion Batten, true talent, number 95. Normal dev. So that's who we would have been starting, by the way. But I liked him. I liked him a lot. I'd rather have him than, some randomer I'm not even going to start anyways. I mean, not that Batten's starting, but he'll be a solid backup for the next 4 years, which is technically not really a starter, but yeah, I mean, he's going to play some significant snaps. Richards was always kind of the guy we were looking at, even though he's a 2-3. Fits as a tackle more than any of the other guys. 6'4", 314. That's our new left tackle. Crazy enough. Please be hidden. Thank you. Desperate as hell for that to be a hidden dev player, and it was. And then Santiago is still there, so might be our future left guard if Fairchild doesn't work out or we need to pay him, we don't want to. That's a left guard. Not maybe right now, but he will be. I am very curious to see what this safety looks like, because, again, true talent wants 83 overall, 84 overall. I've seen some pretty high overalls. Very curious. Oh, my lag, dude. Oh, my lag. Anyone else? Yeah, A, anyone else do rebuilds? And B, does your guys' stuff get this laggy? Because mine is super laggy. Peter Foreman, 45 true talent. Normal. So be it. So tough, dude. I don't know what this is about, but all right. Draft recap, if we can even go in there. 83, 84 overall. 87! That is the highest player we've drafted this year, I'm pretty sure. Like, we've had an 84, 85, but we've definitely had an 85, right? Yo! Not only is he insanely high overall, but this might be the best of the, USC 99 hip power safeties. Now, take it, he's 6 foot tall. We've seen some 6'2", 6'3s, but 91 speed, 93 excel, 82 zone, 99 hip power. Look at the tackle. Look at the pursuit. Look at the block shed. This guy's ridiculous. I guess we're moving Jordan Battle, the free safety, and Hayes is playing strong. Dude is insanity. Yeah, definitely worth the pick of 3. And then somehow Williams, who I was going to take there, hadn't I reminded myself of him, this is definitely a star dev player, 86 finesse, pretty much guarantees it, is still there at 29. And we were able to draft him because of a trade down the previous year. Star dev as expected, but wow. Yeah, His draft went pretty damn well. And then, I mean, Rutherford, 77 overall. Why not? Super speedy. That's the face I'm talking about, by the way. The build. It's the face. Definitely need 11 looks all right. Star dev, kind of expected it. Wow. What a draft. Obviously, what a draft pick, but what a draft in general. Williams falling like that, we'd have been stuck starting Batten. Yeah, that went pretty well. Yeah, I mean, that guy looks like a pretty damn good left tackle to me. This team needs pass blockers, so welcome to the left tackle spot, UDFA Richards. Let's take a look at the dev. A superstar! Yo, this is... I don't know. This is going to be a hard draft class for us to beat in the future. If Rutherford was superstar or Williams was a superstar, that'd be really hard to beat, but really needed a left tackle desperately. Got a superstar dev one, UDFA-wise. Didn't need safety that bad, but 87 overall is going to, turn some heads regardless. Desperate for the edge rusher. Falls to 29. We take him. This could not really have gone any better. We'll take a look at Gutierrez anyways, though. 78 overall. Hidden development trait. I mean, unless this guy's superstar or X Factor, even then, is he better than what happened for us? Probably not. And, okay, maybe. Maybe, yeah. But imagine would have taken Williams at 3. That would have felt so painful. And here is the roster for Season 3. Obviously, we're going to be rocking that Cincinnati playbook again. We kind of rocked it year 1, and then year 2 we just didn't. But year 3, we're back. Don't have any running back. Well, I mean, the running back and tight end could still go out, but, don't have them on rookie deals to develop, which is obviously a big thing. Rutherford, wide receiver 3. I mean, the team looks better. Potential's good. Still just need these guys that physically develop. But yeah, I mean, the team is pretty damn young, honestly. The concern would be DT2 and then corners being like 26, 27. But in real life, that would be like, oh, wow, you're worried about your corners being too old at 26 and 27 years old? That's crazy. Of course, we lose the game, by the way. But have you ever seen a tougher first 3 games in your life? Ravens, Chiefs, Ravens. What are we doing? How is this fair? We didn't come out of that 3-game stretch looking too great, but afterwards, actually not bad. Of course, Mims, pretty expensive, I gotta be honest. So I'm gonna go a little sleazy here if he takes it. Hey, 4-year 68 was that? Not bad. 17 million per year. Jenkins, I don't know. I've seen it develop nicely in the past, but it's just not happening right now. It just simply isn't happening. So I think we're going to go for a new DT. What else do we have? Chase Brown, we got back in free agency, but obviously we're not going to keep him long term. We're actually looking good. Salary-wise, I have no issues with this team. I'm chilling. Well, we should be in the playoffs automatically. Let's see if it's true. I mean, it'd be a crazy sell if not. I don't know how it'd be even possible, to be honest. I don't think. 11-6, what was our seeding? We were the 5th seed team, but yeah, I mean, that Ravens team, dude. If we would have won that game, might have had it. We would have tied them on the season. We, of course, split the series. Really good start. Then, especially the second half of the season, lost 3 of the last 5 games, I think it was. Not a great finish, but hey, Joe Burrow's the number 1 yards guy. Touchdowns a little low, though, for what I'd expect. Picks are low, thankfully, as well. Rhodes, great touchdowns. Could go up and dead from that, but yards, terrible. 500 rushing yards from Burrow. I'm not sure about that. 3 1,000-yard receivers, and apparently tight end actually not too bad here. Webster, pretty good. Left tackle was rough. Center was rough. Right tackle was very good, actually, for Madden's concerns. DT, Williams, 12 sacks. Shamar Stewart, 11. Jenkins, 8. Williams, though, TJ Williams, that is, only 3. Picks were low. Kicking, only missed 1 kick yet again. Punting was amazing. Offensive yards, way better. MVP, Burrow is number 2, so at least we got him back to where he's usually in for Sim. Rutherford's Rookie of the Year, didn't even plan on doing that. No for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then looking across the board here, no other DevOps guaranteed. Wide receiver superstar, though, best trio in the league now. 90 overall Bengals versus 87 overall Houston Texans. Finally in the playoffs. Let's see if this Bengals team can win this Super Bowl first year in the playoffs for the rebuild. All right, going to the end of the game. How are we looking? 7-0, good start. 7-7, another 7 from us. 14-10 now. 17-10, 24-10. Pretty good look at halftime. 24-10 still. Texans get a really big touchdown right after half, though. We get a field goal. It's now a 3-point game. 4th and 21. We are choking. The Texans here are going to try and drive down for the win. 4th and 8. They get a long field goal from 52 from Anders Carlson, of all people. And now we stare down a very critical 3rd and 8. Joe Burrow is a very good quarterback, so, I mean, I've not used him in this game, but I feel like we should be able to hit something here. And what a throw. He goes the wrong way. That is actually insane. Oh, Lord. I don't like it. I don't like it. Back to this slant again. He's open again, and wow, what a play. Rutherford is so quick, though. Sold hard, but recovered hard. I went with favorite performance because of the lag in the menus. Figured maybe that would affect that as well. And on 3rd and 8, another conversion attempt. I mean, you get this conversion, you win the game. Play action right to left. Oh, actually, let's go left to right. One of my favorite plays. Oh, our number 1 guy, arguably the tight end. This guy that might not be able to catch the damn ball. Tough throw! Jamar Chase catches it, breaks the tackle for no reason, as we will be able to clock them and win the game. And with 2 seconds left, tell me they're going to kick the field goal, right? This is a chip shot, so I'll do it, I suppose. Boom! Cincinnati on the road, 30-27 over the Texans. Huge game there. Moving on to the divisional round. Massive, massive stuff. Take a look at the numbers. Joe Burrow, very accurate. Rhodes, yeah, I mean, it's the Bengals scheme. That's 100% confirmed. Chase was amazing. How many catches was that? 16. That may be the most catches I've seen in a game in Sim. Hayes with the pick, which is beautiful. Great game, obviously. Moving on to the divisional round. See who we're taking on. AFC, man, it's a gauntlet. But we just happen to be one of the gauntlet teams. So one less to deal with since we are one of them, sort of. Joe Burrow in that scheme. Kind of crazy. Chargers, 10-7, again, on the road. Going to the end of the game, 7-0. The Chargers start off strong. We are not starting off strong. Their defense is locking us up. It is 14-0. We have not gotten the ball their side of the field. We finally do. Touchdown, and just like that, right before half, they get another touchdown. Huge opportunity, 3rd and 5. You can't kick a field goal here, dude. I'm sorry. You just can't. You just can't do that. Question is, what do you run, though? Flood drive. This play has been a little bit more missed than hit lately. Webster wearing 16. Totally deserves the score. Rutherford. Oh, my Lord. The guy's insane. He really wasn't open at all. And yet he catches it anyways. That is fantastic. All right, that was huge. It was a huge moment. 3rd and 4, they're still moving the... I mean, they're moving the ball like they're the ones losing. They're going to win this game, dude. There's no way. There's no way we win this game. They are literally unstoppable. 2nd and 3, we just can't get a stop. Defense is just getting absolutely destroyed. No pass rush. Trey Hendrickson retired at the wrong time. Good tackle. There you go. Lost the 3. Marion Hampton back in the lineup. And there goes Joe. Or not Joe. Justin Herbert. Don't know what the other linebacker's doing. He's just sitting there watching. We're chasing down, an actual receiver. He's sitting there. Just sitting there watching the game. Got front row seats. Totally worth it. Made it all the way to the NFL just to have the best seats in the house. That's all he cares about. And huge touchdown to Jamar for 40. 13 minutes left. Defense needs a stop. They do get one. They do get one. 3rd and 12. Got to come in. This team is not going to convert this. Asking for a lot from Rutherford here. Could go to Higgins. They have it covered. They are going to perfectly bait that. The sliders we play on are genuinely insane. Junior Colson, who's not very good, mind you. He's like in 78 overall probably, which is not bad, obviously. But he steps out for the running back and the tight end, and as soon as we click the throw, I already had that clicked. He slows down and cuts back, which I kind of felt he was going to do, but I throw it in anticipation. Joe Burrow can get that ball in there. It's a tough catch because Derwin's on it, but it's catchable. And tell me who else is open, because there is no one. It's a tough pick, but at the same time, it's a worthy risk, I think. Field goal, 10-point game. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to be a tough one. 3rd and 14, another just how do you get in that situation moment. But sure, why not? We love a good challenge, obviously. Jamar Chase, of course, dude. I know I had the running back open to the left, but Jamar Chase, that's a first down. That is a first down and then some. And, of course, he gets a hand on it, obviously. Oh, that sucks. The running back's open. Oh, he is so damn open, though. I've never seen someone more open in my life. But Jamar is also open. Pre-snap, I'm expecting someone to cover this guy. Of course, though. Of course, he gets a hand on it. All right, Rutherford and Higgins. Let's see it. Rutherford. Perfect throw. Joe gets a block. Rutherford outruns the defense. 50-yard touchdown. We're the team of massive touchdowns, but also struggling, play-to-play offenses. Come on, D. 3rd and 1. I mean, it's not over if you don't get this, but this is a massive moment in the game. I don't know if you can run commit, though. It's so obvious of a run, though. You got to. I think you have no choice. Oh, my Lord. I almost just went offside. And he just gets the freest run of all time. Catch him. Wow, that could be the game saver. Come on, D. The chase down by Battle was insane. And with that, there is a chance. Could you imagine? 2-minute warning. Down 3. They get the first down. It's over. The first down, the touchdown. They get a first down. It really is over because that means that we gave the ball back. And just, it's not even close to anybody. Defense was horrible. I mean, genuinely one of the worst defensive performances ever. Unbelievably bad. Webster, good play. Here to the line, save that timeout if we can, get a field goal. Again, I know the clock stopped, but it's just so brain dead. Like, why are we even entertaining this? Same play, just got to get that ball out, Higgins. Go down, hurry up and spike it so we can kick a field goal, give ourselves a chance on offense if we get a stop. Obviously, you go for the onside kick. Well, I don't even know if I'd say obviously, but I think you go for the onside kick, personally. The fact that they're telling us that, obviously a 50 yards not guaranteed, but the fact that they're telling us to, continue playing, kind of crazy. Tell me I hit that. Okay. All right. We got life. Onside kick. Goes strong. Onside kick so low percentage, but so is depending on a stop with no time left. And that was literally recoverable. Wow. Wow. That had a chance. Of course, the scary part now is they're in field goal range, arguably, or close to it. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they knew it was a run commit run. 45 points. Our sliders are ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know how you beat a team that has one of the greatest passing performances in playoff history. Defense should be ashamed of itself. I imagine a lot comes from the fact that there was just zero pressure. Teams just don't do that. They simply don't do that. Oh, well, you ran commit on first down. Who would expect a pass? Yeah, the point is, all it takes is one lucky read by us on defense to completely change the game. To have 50 seconds, 45 seconds left with a timeout versus 45 seconds with no timeouts, it might as well be a completely different ball game. Teams would not risk that. They would run the ball a few times, especially since they've run the ball well, punt the ball, kick a field goal, maybe they get close enough for one, win the game by playing prevent. But with a timeout, things are open. Anything is possible. As the Bills win the Super Bowl, didn't even have to play the Bills. You played the Chargers. DevOps, of course, Rutherford goes to superstar. Rhodes, though, okay, that's clutch. Does go up in dev because of the touchdowns. 87 overall. Goes up high in overall and dev on touchdowns alone. Impressive. Webster, of course, also star dev. We have built a pretty good offense. Offensive line still, there's some issues, but we've done pretty well for ourselves, I'd say. As far as defense goes, Carter's a freaking X factor. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Insane. That is not one I would have expected, but we'll definitely take it. Sweet. Heading out of year 4, if this is a failed rebuild, there's just no hope. There's no hope for the sim engine. Shamar Stewart, 87 overall now. 5th-year option is, in the cards, but I'd probably rather just pay him long-term. Then we're going to replace the DT. Maybe we'll find someone in free agency. McPherson, he's played really well for us, so 3-year, 16.5. I completely forgot about him. Actually, I don't even think I seen him. That was the issue. I didn't see him. What about the punter? He was great for us. I love Behringer. He's always good in Sims, so there you go. And looking at free agency, you got a really good running back in Jahmyr Gibbs. Joe Alt's a free agent. We really could use a tackle, but nah, dude, I can't do that. Cooper DeJean, sweet. DT. How good is Jonathan Allen, though? He's not really that good. Adrian Cooper, interesting free agent there. Let's see. 16.4. Arnold. Nobody wants Arnold somehow. I'm not sure how. He's a superstar. He's 26. Kind of have Cam Taylor-Britt on another couple of years, though. Some really good free agents, but none of them are really like, yeah, that solves a problem for us. That just, it helps us slightly, right? Maybe Brzee. Maybe. He's a little bit higher of an overall DT, even though it's probably, again, the nose tackle archetype. No, he's actually pretty good. He's not amazing, but he's good. But then again, look what happened with Williams. You know, if we can get another Williams type, that would be great. Brzee, I mean, he didn't start last season, but really he's not putting up great numbers anyways. As much as I would like Edgerrin Cooper, I don't think we're going to do it. I think we're going to save all of our money because we're going to have a pretty expensive set of contracts coming up here. Oh, Cam Taylor-Britt needs a contract, actually. I thought we had him for another 2 years. That changes things a lot. I think that makes Terrion Arnold our #1 target, and we trade off Cam Taylor-Britt for like a second-round pick. I think this could actually work out nicely for us. Hopefully he joins us. Nice. Actually not a bad contract either. Cam Taylor-Britt's got to be worth at least a third, maybe a second. We'll see. Jamar Turner off the Bears. I think we have to pay him, but I would be down. Cut the corners on a DT. Obviously, you could do that with Cologne or Colin as well. I don't think it's Colin, but it could be. It could be. You never know. I mean, we're getting these offers. I'm not the one sending them, so I kind of want to look at these players, see how we're looking. And yeah, screw it. I think Turner looks good. He's like 90 plus block shed. He's like 81 power move. Looks good to me. I know we have to pay him, but hey, DT solved already. All right, so we're in the draft. We have pick 27, and even though we got the DT, I'm still thinking DT might be a position we want to look at. There's not much else around. This is a very thin draft class for what we need, which, again, our needs aren't crazy high anyways. So, yeah, we're going to slow some until those DTs start to fall and then maybe make a trade-up depending on how high that is. Obviously, I'm not going to make a trade-up if all the DTs are gone by, like, pick 10. You know, that's a little too high for me. Here we go. First and third round picks. McDougal and Rivers for 16. Pretty close to my limit of like when I'd be going up for a player. Bunch of tackles as well. Maybe could have went for that route. But Jose Ortega, 6'2", 308. A bunch of Bs. I like this guy. I think he's going to be star dev. I can live with. Ooh. Of course, could be nose tackle archetype. But true talent 9. And I'm wrong. Normal dev. Yikes. Yeah, maybe that is what it is. It might just be the resolution. Prefer resolution over prefer performance, which I always go performance, but oh my lord, he was fast. I scouted him at the 4.43 mark. Didn't realize he got 4.39. Colby Frost, obviously going to be our choice here. True talent 70. Normal dev, though. We go from like one of the best draft classes we've had all Madden 26 to easily the worst. I mean, really, like, we didn't have less draft picks. We just took an extra draft pick to take a bad player, arguably. Of course, true talent's fine for the DT, but yeah, overall, not exactly a great draft. And then for DT, it's really tough. You got the impact of Feliz, and then you have the play rec of Gabriel. You have the hit power of Feliz. You have the not hit power for Gabriel. I would still argue Gabriel's better, though. I like the play rec. I like the smartness. 84 true talent. Normal dev. Wow. Yeah, this draft class sucks so far. I say so far as if anything can change. I mean, a couple backup linemen aren't going to change that. All right, Conrad's one of the linemen. Imagine he's normal, too. I kind of wish he was. I kind of want to have a full normal dev draft. Just complete sell of a class. And then Cheeks, just like our draft class, is going to be the last pick we make. 88 true talent, hidden dev, though. But yeah, we'll look at that DT, and that's it. I mean, there's really no point. Like, the linebacker we know is, you know, he's a fast guy, and that's kind of it. What's his COD anyways, though, actually? I'm kind of curious. Change direction of 78. He is a very good linebacker, though, especially if you're going to manually use him. Ortega, he's all right, but yeah, very bad draft class. And here we are, season number 4. I mean, the only real downside of this offense is some of the offensive lineman overalls, but that's just the way Madden goes, right? The O-line is just not a position that develops quickly. Derrick Henry joins the team as the backup running back and potential fullback. Defensively, we probably do need a linebacker, though, because as much as Wright developed quickly with devs, he's already 28. You know, just always talk about drafting those guys that are 21, 22, because this happens all the time in Madden. You know, 25-year-old rookie, what the hell are you going to do with that? You know, 24, 25 is just tough. D-line still needs work, but at least Jamar Stewart could develop as that #1 pass rusher that's, you know, the guy that kind of carries the team a little bit. Either way, though, does our defense have enough juice? We know our offense does, but what about that defense? Are they going to let us down again, or are we going to actually win a Super Bowl? Let's find out. We're struggling on the season. I'm not sure why, because we're one of the best teams in the league, and we have one of the best offenses, maybe the best offensive scheme in the game. Barrett Carter probably could have done more years, but that's fine. T. Higgins, another contract extension for him, 3-year, 90. Don't tell me Jamar Chase is here too, because that is tough if we have to pay him. Okay, we don't have to pay him just yet, but he's going to need another contract soon. Yeah, the money's starting to dry up a little bit, but thankfully, Jamar Stewart is actually pretty fair. 7-year, 137. Sweet. As far as Turner goes, I mean, I don't see why we can't afford him. 3-year, 51. Of course, he wants more, so that trade might be nothing. Need a new linebacker. Fairchild, we're just going to replace him with one of the other linemen we drafted. $37 million left with Rhodes to pay soon and the tight end. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you with the sim in this game. It's just bad. It's just really bad. But we make the playoffs because the division sucked. Although I say that, the Browns made it 8-9. I am actually genuinely shocked. I had no idea we were going to make the playoffs. We were 4-8. We were 4-8, and then we won 5 in a row. That is crazy that we're in the playoffs. But yeah, that's still insane. 9-8 with this team is just so stupid. It's just genuinely dumb. Again, though, like, why is Burrow rushing for 500 yards and our running backs rushing for 550? Was there a season I missed where Joe Burrow put up 500 yards rushing? Like, I need to look up Joe Burrow's career stats because I don't remember that personally. D-line, Williams was great. Stewart, not bad. Obviously, 10 sacks is good. Williams, 7.5. That's improvement. Carter, 7. I don't know why he's getting numbers. We'll take it. And then Turner, not really worth the 5.5. He didn't actually take the contract either. McPherson, of course, after getting paid, plays like crap. But Turner's probably going to be gone. Just going to say it how it is. Rams, the guy they traded up for, gets MVP. Joe Burrow, number 2 for MVP twice now. Offensive Player of the Year, Burrow, number 2. And we win Best QB. And outside of Joe Burrow things, nothing else. A couple close calls elsewhere. But here it is, the only game we're going to be hosting a playoff game in this season against the New England Patriots. We have won a lot of Year 4 Super Bowls in our times. Like, I would say at least 40% of our Super Bowl wins come from Season 4. Of course, if not Season 5, but a lot of times. So we'll say, though, again, the defense playing like crap, but offense playing worse. I mean, where's the offensive scoring? Finally, a touchdown. As, again, here goes the defense. Just giving up 1 billion yards, billion touchdowns. I mean, look at that. I don't know. Like, building a good team means nothing in Sim? Is that what I'm hearing? I've never had a bad team do well in Sim, so build a good team, suck. Build a bad team, suck. Yeah, that sounds realistic. Yeah, that's how it goes. Jamal Chase has a perfect throw. We had a little more time to throw. Could have maybe waited a step longer and gotten a touchdown on that drive. Of course, now we must need to waste all the clock that we can. Is that a run play? I mean, I guess you don't need to get it all in one play, but still. I do agree, though. We got to try to waste a little bit of clock. Perfect coverage. Great catch by Webster. We are going to let the clock run here, but we're not going to chew clock, obviously. We're going to let it run, but I don't want it to run down 20, 40 seconds. I'll run it down 20, 25. Running back wide open. Unbelievable. Just slingshotted past. Do you play for overtime, though? That's the question. I don't know if I trust Mesh. Mesh has been like the way to go here at the goal line, which I can't even find it. I don't even know if they have it. Do they not have Mesh in this playbook? That's crazy. Probably should go by formation, but still, this is the quickest way. I guess we're just going to kick an extra point and go to overtime because our defense has been so trustworthy. And there you go. 26 seconds left. The Patriots have time. I mean, we took a lot of clock off, and they still have plenty of time. And they will not get it, though. Overtime. Is that us or them? That is them. 3rd and 5. Us going onto the field, our chances are really low to get a stop. Gotta say, the way the sliders are built for us, you need some pressure. Knock it out, and does knock it out. We do get the stop. All right, a field goal wins it. Field goal wins it. Come on, Joe Burrow and company. All right, first down, 2nd and inches. Did we score? Wow. 60, 70-yard touchdown? Something like that. Joe Burrow and the Bengals are moving on. Barely beating a very bad team. An 85 overall team at this point is bottom 5 probably overall-wise. Yet, here we are as a 93 overall, barely beating them. Fantastic. Look at the numbers. Joe Burrow threw a pick, but yeah, he did have a good game running-wise. Might have actually been Rhodes with the game winner, potentially. I'm actually kind of curious to see if it was. I think it was. If I had to guess. Take a look at those highlights. It was 71-yarder for Alonzo Rhodes. What a play. All right, divisional round. I don't like our odds, but here we are. The Titans, who are 13-4, by the way. Overall-wise, it's not even close. Winning the game-wise, though, the Titans probably going to kill us by 20. Going to the end of the game. Titans, they score 3. Our offense doing literally nothing. Finally getting a touchdown. It took them so long to do it. We get a touchdown. That's it. 7-3. Halftime score. This is a massive win so far for the Titans to keep this that close. I mean, our team is so many levels better than them, and yet here we are struggling. Like, I get it, right? It would be boring if, 93 beats 86 every time, but by this margin? Like, it's 13-17. They're just killing us. They're just locking us down completely. Make the sim where they score more points than us by a lot. Not like, and then Joe Burrow throws a pick. That's crazy. That is so crazy. It's unfreaking believable. I'm losing it. I'm kind of losing it, dude. This is the freaking Titans, dude. They're 86 overall. They're one of the lowest over, and then our guy gets tricked. And Joe Burrow's getting outplayed by Cam Ward. That is ridiculous. It's a perfect throw. Wow, what a catch. Joe Burrow, you want to throw a game-losing pick again? Literally about to, take the lead. Dude, who is Joe Burrow? He sucks. This guy sucks. Where's Jake Browning? I need Jake Browning in my life. I need the guy. I don't like this play at all. Lot of hope in Webster. Wide open T. That'll be a lot of yards. Almost got a pick up from the tight end there. I mean, we're literally willing this team down the field right now, and Joe Burrow's still going to sell it. That is crazy how hard Joe Burrow is selling this game. I mean, there is 55 seconds left now. That is how long it's taking Joe Burrow to get down the field. What is wrong with him? Oh, what a play, dude. Holy crap. Who the hell was that? They're crazy. Why the hell were they showing Eagles Chiefs, by the way? What the hell? We're in the playoffs. Nowhere to go. Another sack. Huge. Losing a lot of yards at this one. They seemingly will throw this ball. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to give them a chance, but at the same time, I don't want to get too risky with it. That's okay. If you tackle them, which you do. 43 seconds left, and you need a miracle. I mean, you got to go for the return. The block is very rare, and yeah, I mean, we've lost this game. Joe Burrow is just garbage. I don't know what to tell you. Well, they got everyone, kind of playing off a little bit. They kind of come up. They're on the screen. It's a pretty bad block. We get 4 yards. Of course, it's Higgins on the route. I really need to work here, but I don't know. It's going to happen. Tight end. Goes out of bounds for a first down. A lot of clock wasted, though. A lot of clock wasted for that little bit of yardage. We could have this. What a throw to Rutherford to the 24. Wow. Well, that's something that you can get with Joe Burrow from time to time. Let me tell you. That is unbelievable. Derrick Henry wearing 35 is in. T. Higgins. Please don't be grounding. Thank you. I can't believe we actually hit that throw. That's wild. It's risky, but back of the end zone. Wow, if it was in, he would have caught it. Yeah, I think we've learned our lesson. Let's kick a field goal. I want to sim it because I want the AI to miss this just for the icing on the cake. He missed it. And then they kick us out, so I can't even see the game. There's no way. I can't even see the highlights. I don't think I'm even going to be able to see what happened at the end there. Did they show? They don't even show it. They don't even show, what happened. I'm so close to just ending the video. I'm so close. I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy. Everything, that is literally scripting. It's all scripted. Tell me it's not. And I don't even know what happens here. It probably will be an Eagles win. Of course it's the Titans win. I mean, the way they played against us, clearly it was a scripted result. Well, we're doing the thing. You know the thing by now. We're doing the thing. Webster goes to superstar, which is sweet, but we're making a trade. Whatever our biggest need is, which is probably linebacker DT, because Turner's going to be gone. We're going to trade everything we've got for that and just do a final season. We have built an amazing roster. We have won some playoff games. EA is clearly rigged those playoff games, especially this latest one for us to lose. We've got this last season. That's it. That is it. 5th year Rhodes. Let's actually keep Turner and save them, the draft picks for a different position. Okay, see you later. Let's see what the tag is. 32 million, not a hope in the world. See if there's anything in free agency. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I have never seen anything like that in Sim. Christian Wilkins, he's just not really a good player though, right? Yeah, I mean, that's not very good. That's not very good at all. Before we sim anything in free agency though, we're definitely going to make trade or try to make a trade, see what we can do for our biggest needs, and then maybe try to fill those needs with free agency. A couple of DT options, but offense, you could use some line. Cheeks is also superstar, by the way. You can use linemen, but I think we're fine outside of maybe a left guard. And then looking at the defense, obviously we need a linebacker. So linebacker, DT, maybe guard. Let's see what we can do with these draft picks. I'm not drafting again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It clearly means nothing. Hell, it seems to all mean nothing, to be honest. All right, make a trade. First, second, third, fourth, and a third next year with Frost for Bradley and Smith, meaning that we will need to grab some sort of defensive tackle here in free agency, which I think we'll be able to easily do with Wilkins. And we're just going to load into the final season with this quote-unquote upgraded team, if you will. I mean, it's higher overall at pretty much every position that we really needed. So, I mean, if it can't win it with this, I don't know how you're going to win it any other time anyways. Quick look at, the draft that we didn't actually partake in. You have Darren Evans, 84 overall USC safety. Yeah, and if you have any doubts, you see UFC safety very high up there, looking like one of the hip power guys. Don't doubt it, and just take the guy if you need him. Although it hasn't worked out for us, so maybe don't. Maybe do whatever we've done the opposite of, because our 94, or maybe 95, once we actually put everyone in place, overall team, clearly is not good enough to win a Super Bowl. All right, here it is, season number 5. At this rate, I don't know what else to tell you. 93 overall. Apparently, we go down starting the guys we started, but sure. We'll do a couple of those training camps. Things should go up a little bit more. Again, as far as a team that's already established goes, can't really spend any big money in free agency because you got to pay your own guys, and just drafting and developing goes. I mean, I feel like this is one of our better rebuilds for that, and yet here we are. Can't get to the. Did we even get to the championship round? I don't know if we have. Maybe these teams like the Bengals and Ravens really are just cursed. Maybe they are. I mean, these two teams, they just feel like they have so much potential. Like the Bengals, Ravens, and Bills. Like, I get it, the Bengals have been in the Super Bowl recently enough, but how have they not cracked into the Super Bowl, within the last 2 or 3 years? Like, how? I feel like, the Chiefs are good, but those teams are really special, too. I don't know. Maybe they are just cursed, but final season, let's do it. All right, let's see how screwed the contracts are anyways. So you see 2 big names, 3 technically, a 4th for the guard, which you're just going to let go. The DC you definitely pay. Flowers you try to pay. This team... this is the year, right? This is the year to do it. See how much money they have after paying the 3 again. The trio. Everyone always wants to talk. How can you win a Super Bowl? Wow. 78 million per? I would definitely be doing no more than 3 years in real life. I'll tell you that much. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe they're right. Maybe you don't win a Super Bowl paying that much for 3 players. But as a Packers fan, I don't really have much room to talk because Green Bay's kind of doing that. I know the way they structured everything is kind of like, you pay so much right here that the next few is not that bad. And, they always structure their contracts super well. Simmons became a great player, by the way. But, yeah, I mean, it is a lot of money to be paying 1 or 2 guys. So I get it. But yeah, this would be like the last season. If this was a 10-year, 15-year rebuild, we'd be losing some very good players. I mean, this would fill up the top 5 slots with free agency. It's just solid looking players here that we're going to end up losing. I don't want to lose the tight end. I mean, I think in a rebuild, tight end is just so random and it just doesn't matter. It's all about, the actual playbook. But normally, yeah, I mean, I would definitely not want to lose a tight end. I'd rather replace a linebacker every day of the week. All right, playoffs. We should be in them. We were 7-0 to start the year. I don't know how we finished after week 13, but we're definitely in the playoffs. It's just how far. Are we a bye week team or not? And we are 13-4. All right. So, again, we've kind of like uprooted the team's future just to try and make one push here for the video. And we actually finished off 9-0 before losing to the Steelers of all teams. That Steelers team, dude, been losing a lot of games to them in Sim, which, again, it's a division matchup. It's a very good rival. Burrow, that should be MVP. Finally, Rhodes' yards are still low. Jamar Chase, 2,018 yards, 27 touchdowns. Yeah, maybe that was the big difference, putting Jamar Chase just at the helm of the team again. Forget developing players. We're already developed. We'll say, though, Williams is not very good. Wilkins was amazing, though. Shamar Stewart, 10.5 sacks. And kicking, still pretty bad, but better than last year. That was hard to do. Yearly award should be MVP, and there you go. Joe Burrow is in his final form as we are in our final season here. Win or go home. That's it. Win the Super Bowl or fail the rebuild. As we see us taking on the Ravens, who are 10-7, 87 overall. 7 overall is higher than them. There's nothing more we can do for this team. And it's a rainy game. I will say the water's coming down weirdly. I can't tell if it's rain or not. It's like someone's spitting. That's disgusting, actually, to think about. Or hot, depends your angle. Anyways, let's go to the end of the game here. We'll say that the frame rate is so much nicer with performance mode. I think I've asked this once before. Nobody cares. Nobody answers. Do you play on performance, resolution? Do you play the game at all? I don't know. 24-7. Yeah, here we go. Better team than them by 7 overalls, but as per usual with all of these sims, we are the underdogs. We're the better team, and we're the underdogs. All right. I'm backing out. I'm sending to the Super Bowl, and yeah, I'm cheating to get a chance. All right, let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's see it. Let's see if we're in it. And we are. I mean, I don't really care. It's a failed rebuild, 100%. Not going to argue it. We lost to the Ravens there. But if I can, at least for the Bengals fans, my game crashed. Fantastic. Might be the biggest disaster of a rebuild we've done on the channel ever. And we've had rebuilds where, 4 straight years of just not making the playoffs despite being one of the best teams in the league. That's bad. But some of the things that happen in this one might take the cake. They really might. But hey, the unpredictability, baby. Kind of fun. But yeah, as I was trying to say, I didn't even realize it's a rematch against the Rams. Totally worth cheating, dude. Totally worth it. Oh, my. But yeah, if I can at least win a Super Bowl for the Bengals fans, whether we know it's not legit or not, cool. So be it. So be it. Is it really cheating if we're all doing it together? Oh, it is? Oh, well, my bad. 7-0. See if the Bengals can get their revenge. A little bit better of an offensive line this time. The whole meme of not being able to throw to anyone because your line sucks versus having a really good receiver to throw, whatever. Very valid in that Super Bowl. Let's see if it's valid here as we're winning 35-21, 35-28, 42-28, 42-35, and the Bengals will win it. All those times of me saying, I feel like you have a better chance of winning when you're in the game, clearly proven wrong. We sim it one time. Technically, because, obviously we lost the Ravens game. Should have been over there. Backed out just because, let's just sim it, see what happens if we tried differently. Yet this is the way we win a Super Bowl. Of course, again, it doesn't count. You can watch it. Bengals fans can be happy. Hey, we won the rebuild. We really didn't. We built a great team, so it's hard to call it a fail rebuild, even though we didn't technically win a legit Super Bowl, but at the same time, we built a 96 overall team. I mean, what do you want? The next highest overall team's 90. 6 overall is higher than the highest team. Probably 10 plus overall is higher than the lowest. Of course, those are the numbers. Again, I'm not too invested because, again, it's tainted. It's not real. This is a falsehood. And now it's going to look like really cheater when, we restarted that game there because it froze. So I think it's going to count as us playing 2 games against the Rams. But let's take a look. I think it will. Yeah, it counts as 2. even though clearly we didn't play it twice. It just froze up on us. What else do we want to see, though? I guess just want to look at the players, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, obviously Joe Burrow, they won't let us buy any upgrades, even though we can. It'll just, hey, you can't afford this bucket. Damn near 99 everything, although I will say when we're actually in the game, simming each play didn't really seem to matter. Didn't really seem like a 99 overall to me. Maybe it's the throw power, I don't know. Jamar Chase also damn near 99 overall as far as wide receiver goes. That's really hard to do. So, yeah, very good, obviously. T. Higgins, 93 overall. Started focusing the training camp stuff on the tight end. Very good release, though. Playmaker doing him well for sure. And then Rutherford, 90 overall as our 3. This guy's the 19th best wide receiver in the league, and he's our 3rd. I mean, that's the best wide receiver trio maybe ever, right? And yet, here we are struggling. Rhodes, 93 overall, of course. Kind of came out the draft looking like a dual threat. Well, not really dual threat, but dual style back, power and finesse. But no, it just turns into just pure elusiveness. Trucking stiff arm, just basically non-existent. Webster that we talked about, 93 overall, very good. Just a little bit on the shorter side. Very accurate, well, not accurate, but very athletic. Can move down the field with ease. Route running's great. Looking at the O-line, do we really care? I guess we'll look at Mims because he's a real-life Bengal, but outside of that, yeah, just classic. Drafty UDFA, hope for the best. Been finding a lot of superstars lately, which is cool. And then defensive line, Shamar Stewart. I'm going straight over to Shamar. Power move guy. Block shed's decent, but yeah, obviously if he was a speed rusher, he'd probably be 95 plus in like 3 different ratings. Speed rusher's still king. Hayes, 97 overall. What a pick. Totally worth that pick. All the way up at 3 for a safety. Absurd, but absurdly worth it, apparently. And of course, Barrett Carter, the biggest surprise out of anyone on this entire team. 90 overall X Factor. I mean, that is... The team for a moment had some really nice linebackers from real life. Just, of course, Knight got a little bit old, and Logan got a little real old. And then, of course, cornerbacks, not bad here. DJ Turner, 90 overall. Didn't get to keep Cam Taylor-Britt. Needed a contract. Arnold was sitting there. Higher potential. Not by much, but just slightly higher potential. And then Fitzsimmons, dude, out of nowhere, this slot corner, which we're about to lose, 6'2", so kind of weird slot anyways, but about to lose him to free agency. We're about to lose half the roster. Technically, you win a Super Bowl. Technically not. You really don't at all, to be honest. But, it's not like we won the game, but we did, we backed out, we simmed. Technically should have been a loss, so not really a Super Bowl win, but at the end of the day, you got to see one. That's all that matters. You got to see one in the end. Let's take a look at the stats, though. Some of these guys, I'm not really sure what stats specifically we're looking for, but I guess Shamar Stewart I'd be interested to see. Of course, looking at the running back outran by Burrow, technically. Not even but technically. Way higher yards per carry average, too. Receivers, Rutherford, 3,000 yards through 3 seasons. Pretty good. 20 touchdowns. Sharing with the rest of these guys, it's really good, actually. Webster, 15 touchdowns, 2,600 yards. Pass rushers, where is Stewart? Already at 44.5 through 5 years. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. Definitely on par for 100. We'll see if he does it. Well, we won't, but maybe in real life you'll see if he does it. But yeah, that's pretty much that. McPherson kind of falling off on the field goal kicking lately, but was good enough to, quote-unquote, win a Super Bowl. But yeah, that is going to be it for this Cincinnati Bengals rebuild, if you want to even call it a win, a loss. Call it what you want. Let me, again, if you guys do rebuilds yourselves, let me know what you guys have been experiencing with Sim. We stuck out with the Bengals playbook throughout this thing, outside of that season where we're trying to develop the running back and the tight end with the Chiefs scheme. So, I don't know. Again, I don't see the Bengals win a Super Bowl on their own very often, and they have a pretty good base roster, right? You have 2 really good wide receivers and a quarterback. That should be enough almost every time to win just in Sim, and we actually filled the cracks pretty nicely. Pause. 96 overall team. Technically would have lost in the first game we would have played in the playoffs against a team that's 7 overalls lower than us. Actually, before we go, I want to take a look at these overalls. Speaking of, see where we stand across the league. So that's one team we're higher than by 10. That's 11 overalls higher than them. A bunch of teams we're 10 overalls higher than. And yet, here we are. There's not a single team that was 90. And that That's great. That's fantastic. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe hit the bell notification all so you can see the next video, which should be Panthers franchise tomorrow. Check it out yesterday's episode if you didn't see it. And then we'll be back with another rebuild on Thursday. Probably some sort of challenge type rebuild. I need a break from this. I need a little break from the realistic styles. At least if it's a fantasy, there's a challenge to it. I'm expecting to lose. I handle that better. I'm like, hey, you know what? We expected to lose. It's okay. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen, but I'm still sure I'll complain about it. Of course, again, I'm kind of trolling a little bit, right? At the end of the day, it's Madden rebuild. If we win, great. If we don't, unlucky. That's all there is to it. Either way, hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!